So if you're in a situation where your washer will not fill with water, be it a front load or a top load, most of the components that are involved are the same. So the first thing you want to look for is to make sure, of course, that your taps are turned on. And you'd be amazed at how many times, inadvertently through cleaning or somebody else using the machine, that those taps may get adjusted. So first thing you do is check that. Then you just want to make sure that you've got the water going through your hoses and you have a good flow going to the inlet valve on the back of the machines. And you can basically take the hoses off, put them in a bucket, and make sure you've got good flow. Once you're inside the machine, you've got an inlet valve. Basic top load washer, it's just a small valve where your hoses attach. They'll look very much the same on a front load, where your hoses attach will look the same. Inside, you're going to find a much more complex valve because they've got sensors and stuff like that built into them to give you proper water temperature settings depending on what the timer is programmed to do. So once you've got water going to your valve will be energized by your control board or your timer. And as well, you've also got a couple other things in the circuit where you're going to have a pressure switch. And the pressure switch is basically designed to allow the machine to fill when it's supposed to, and then once the tub has the adequate amount of water, that pressure switch is going to turn off the inlet valve and allow the rest of the machine to run. So if you're not getting any water coming into your machine, there's a good chance it may be within your pressure switch. Your lid switch and your door switch may also give you a no-fill situation, so that's something else to consider as well. So another component to consider for a washing machine that's not filling, be it top load or front load, is some of the user settings, such as extra rinse and water temperature. So if you're looking to do a cold water wash and your selector switch is set for hot, you're not going to get that cold water on the cycle you want. Same as if you're looking to do that extra rinse and you've got the selector switch, if your machine has one, in the off position. So those can give you some user conditions where you're asking the machine to fill with water and it won't. And you'll have the same thing happen even with the front load. Depending on what cycles you selected, the machine may be asking for water and not being able to take any in just because of a selection you've made. So you want to check that at one of your first efforts in order to try and troubleshoot why your machine's not filling, is check and make sure you've got the right selection selected on your machine.